Started. My name is Sarai Maldonado, and I am working with the Creative Career Readiness Workshop Series. Today, we're going to go ahead and present an internship search, and I want this to be an interactive workshop. So please, if you have any questions, make sure that you raise your hand so that I can stop and answer your questions, or you can also put in your questions in the chat box. I will be checking out the chat periodically just to make sure that I am answering your questions. For right now, I definitely would like to have an introduction of each of you and what your major is and what is the year that you are graduating. So if we can go, there's 3 of us here. So I introduced myself. I actually do also work at San Bernardino as a career counselor. I am an alum from San Bernardino Valley College as well. From Valley College, I transferred to Cal State. From Cal State, I attended University of Illinois for my master's in business administration. And now I am really excited to support our future leaders, such as yourselves. So let's go ahead and whoever wants to go first and introduce yourself and what your major is, when do you graduate, and then we'll get started.
My name's Dolly Lopez, and my major is graphic design. And I'm still undecided of what year I'm gonna graduate from San Bernardino Valley College. So.
Well, thank you for sharing. Thank you for sharing.
Mm-hmm.
Hi, my name is Jeanette Malgar, and my major is in film, television, and media, and I'm graduating next semester.
Fantastic. Well, perfect timing to start exploring your internship. So we're going to go ahead and get started. And as people come in, I'll be allow them to come in, but let's move this presentation forward. So here. Okay, so presentation overview. Today I'm going to cover the internship search best practices, and it's going to also include a couple of the virtual modalities that are now surfacing in some of the search engines. Some of the employers are making sure that they are communicating with candidates that their position is available remotely or virtually. So I want to make sure that you all are aware that those opportunities are out there. Also provide internship search resources. I just want to say that please utilize and leverage all the resources that you are given, because you never know if that will be the place where you find your future career. Also is how the Institute of Media and Arts team can support your internship search. I just want to make sure that all of you are very well aware that faculty and the director of the Institute of Media and Arts and the entire team are here to support you in any which way possible. Again, I don't know if you ever been to the website, but I encourage you to attend, to just browse through it. And I'm going to show you a little bit of what's in there. Any questions so far? All right, let's carry on. This is to share with all of you the internship benefits. And this is pretty much coming from employers, the relative importance of attributes in evaluating a graduate for hire. So when employers are looking to hire a newly graduate student, they look, as you can tell right here, 23% of the employers, the first thing they look at or they attribute to, okay, you know what, this person is someone I want to hire, is if they can showcase that they have completed or participated in an internship. Whether it's paid or unpaid, they are still, this is one of the internships is one of the high practices that leads to future employment. And as you can see, the other categories here: employment during college. So if you're currently working part-time, that's also some positive for employers to view. Your major in your college, that's the third thing they look at. And as you can see, all of the other extracurricular activities is what they take into consideration when looking at candidates. I wanted to showcase this to you all because I want to make sure that you recognize the importance of completing an internship. And more than one, even better. Questions on this research? All right, so I am going to just ask to just go around and share why do you want to get an internship at this point or in the future. So if anyone wants to volunteer and share out, is it for a class assignment? Is it that you want to explore something new outside your field? Or maybe an extension of what you have already accomplished in your field, and you just want to try something that it's not necessarily in the field that you want, but it's an extension of it, and you just want to try it out.
Okay, so the reason I'm interested on an internship will be because I think it will give me more experience and knowledge, and also to use it as an extension from what I already know to learn more stuff.
Fantastic. I also want to encourage both of you that once you complete an internship, that you meet with one of us in the department. I'm the one who is meeting with students on a one-on-one basis, so that I can also help you how to transfer all of your experience and skills that you gain through your internship into your resume. That's going to be a future workshop, but I also want to make myself available to you once you complete that. All right, Adali, do you want to add anything else on the reasons why you would want to get an internship?
I wanted to do an internship just to try something new, and especially in graphic design, I've heard that there's like people doing internships, and it's like a really great way to gain more knowledge and experience. And so that's why I'm interested in this workshop.
Fantastic. All right, let's move on. What is your motivation to pursue an internship? I'm just going to go ahead and this is basically what you both shared, but there's a lot of reasons why we should get all motivated to pursue an internship. At the end of the day, this is for you to get a taste of that environment, the culture, the colleagues that you're going to be working with, and how does that fit for you? What kind of environment do you want to be in? And also identify the environment that you don't want to be in, right? It goes both ways. You may do an internship in an area that you thought you would enjoy, but turns out that no, thank you. I'm going to go ahead and move on to something different. That is also very important for you to recognize that even if the internship was not everything you were looking for, it is also an experience to understand and identify that that's not for you. And it's okay. That's the best thing you can do, is once you also have to go through the process of eliminating what doesn't feel good for you. Again, you want to explore new industries. This is the best way to do so. And we're going to go over how we can go ahead and land that internship. And we want to start with the internship search process. First and foremost, any internship that you are thinking of applying to, it's going to ask for a resume. So I encourage each of you to have your resume checkup. And again, I'm here to help you with that. Also, as I mentioned earlier, identify the internship search strategies that you want to create. And I'm going to share a little bit of those strategies as well. Explore and identify your interest. Going back to narrow down your interest so that you're not looking at 10 things trying to obtain. We're going to go ahead and talk about how you can narrow down, your top 5 areas of interest and your top 10 organizations you want to target, because it's important that you are intentional with your research and that you are also intentional where you're applying. You're not just going to apply just anywhere. So that's important to also understand. Definitely actively search, apply weekly. I encourage you to please create a tracking system of where you have completed your internships. One of the best places to keep track is updating your resume with that information. So, but the other way that I recommend is create an Excel sheet with how do you track this. Nowadays, there's Trello. There's so many different ways that you can save that information for future reference. All right. Any questions so far? We'll move on. So we're going to go on with where to find virtual internships. So here's the areas that I would recommend to start with. One of them is at the Institution of Media and Arts website. How many of you have looked at that website? You can just go thumbs up. All right, the other one is the LinkedIn. I'm also going to show you how that works. And here's additional websites where you can find these internships virtually. Quite honestly, and nowadays, due to our climate and the pandemic that is happening, we also have to look at the positives of it, because internships can also be out of this state if it's virtual. Your internship can be in New York or it can be out of the country. And if it's, virtually completed, now there's no boundaries, right? Before we were a little bit more limited to where we can apply. But now if you are doing an internship in a virtual manner, there are no boundaries. So I'm sharing just a couple of search engines here that you can start with. How many of you are familiar with any of these engines? You can just raise your thumbs up. Okay, wonderful. If there's any search engine that I encourage you to definitely create, or if you already have one, to revamp it, enhance it, it's the LinkedIn account, because that is your professional network. And this is how you're going to showcase your professional self, and you're going to brand yourself as the future film or the title that you're going to take on. All right, let's move on to, I'm going to go ahead and just quickly stop right here just to see if there's any questions out there before we move on to the next slides. All right, then we'll move on. So the first website that I wanted to share with both of you, with all of you, is here are some of the internship search resources. This is part of the Valley College online career resources. I'm not sure if you guys have ever attended this website, but this is the one that has what you can do with your major. I encourage each of you to start here. This is a good start because you can see, based on your major, what you can do as far as a profession and what employers are actually hiring for these particular roles. So as you can see here, this is what I can do with my major. This is in cinema studies. I'm going to show you the view when you click on print the version of the printed version, because for me it's easier to follow. But I wanted to show you how it's going to look like when you open it up. And it has the different areas. So for example, cinema studies had areas of film industry. This is what you can do in film industry, all of these occupations. These are the employers that would hire you in those occupations. Then it gives you strategies on how to get your foot in the door, strategies on how to navigate your career and getting into that field. And again, this is on the website, our online resources. So make sure that you take advantage of those resources that you have. This is when you click on print, version, you are going to get a cleaner version of the areas that you can go into. And obviously I chose a different major. It's not cinema major. I chose graphic design just to showcase the difference. But you can see right here, this is one area of graphic design and everything you can do. The employers that would hire you. So start thinking of those nonprofit organizations that probably you never thought of applying, organizations for graphic design positions. This is again strategies on how to get yourself in the door in this industry. This is actually the website where you can find what can I do with this major. Any questions before I move on? All right, we'll go to the next slide here. This is another area, electronic media and broadcasting. I wanted to make sure that you guys get to see the relevant majors that you all are pursuing and the areas that you can actually go into so that you're expanding your career pathways, that you are not what we call in business, putting eggs in one basket. You need to diversify and start looking at other occupations, other careers that perhaps you never thought about doing, but with this major, you can actually exercise or put into practice that type of career. All right. The next thing that this website does bring to you is the professional organizations in that particular major, for that industry. Why do I recommend for you to look in these professional associations? Because these are the professionals that are doing what you aspire to do in the future. And these associations have events. Some of the events are free, some of the events you have to pay for, but it gives you exposure to that professional world that now you are going to be part of. And why not start now? Start when you're in college, because all of the your professional network that you start building up right now is the same network that is going to open doors for you, or become your mentors, or become your future employers, or your guide. There's so many positive things that come out of just being aware of what these associations are up to, because they're in your field. This is the world you want to be part of. So why not get yourself in it right now? The other piece that you see here is occupational outlook. You can start looking at what does this occupation look like in the future? How is it trending? What's going on with media? And as you all know, media right now, it's what's keeping us going and keeping us informed because of what we're going through. So just know that your careers are in demand right now. Then you have this additional resources, and you also have employment opportunities where you can start looking for any employment, even if it's entry level, or even where you find employment opportunities, you can also search for the internships. That's where most of the time they're located in the same area. Any questions on this piece of what can I do with this major? All right. This is, I went ahead and clicked on one of the organizations because I wanted to showcase that they have this organization here has this tab, jobs and internships. And here you can see, and I just took a screenshot of the first landing page when I clicked on jobs and internships. But this organization is what I found under what can I do with this major? And take a look at, once you click here, it'll give you some more information on how to go about applying for any of the internships they have to offer. I also want to bring to your attention that the Institute of Media Arts does have internships. So here's the website. And on the left-hand side, you will find the media internships. If you can just go thumbs up, if you can let me know that, were you aware of this, that we have this available for our students in media and arts? Beautiful. All right. So let's move on to, here's what you would find. And once you click on the media internships, there is a summer residency. I encourage you to take a look at it, review it, and see if it's something that you are interested. If you are, remember, I'm here to assist you on how to apply for this particular residency. I also wanted to share the other effective search engine, which is the LinkedIn. And with LinkedIn, all you have to do is on the search, once you create your account, on the search box here, you can just type in the type of internship you're interested by using keywords. And then you will see a list of all those internships in here. And again, I took a little quick screenshot of this. You can also find the organizations. I normally stay active in LinkedIn so that if DreamWorks or Disney or Hulu or Netflix is having an event where they're offering internships, I share that via LinkedIn. So again, because LinkedIn is your professional network, and just so that you can get an idea, about 90% of employers do their recruitment using LinkedIn. So again, that's a good reason to get one started. Do you have, just again, thumbs up, do you currently have a LinkedIn account? Okay. So again, this will be one of those action items that I would encourage you to get started with to help advance your career, especially nowadays that everything is done virtually and online. Here's another association that it's, I encourage you to take a look and see what's in there. What do they have to offer? Again, here, job and opportunities, take a look and see what they have going on, what programs they offer, and just get to know your industry a little deeper, because once you get to know the industry a little deeper, then you can understand, okay, which areas do I feel like I am going to thrive and enjoy? Because with your major, as you can see, you can do so many things, so many different things. Okay. So I'm just going to go ahead and have a little recap here, just really quickly, to, as you're planning your internship search, to think about what semester you want to have your internship completed. What location do you really want? I mean, do you want at this point a remote, or is it really, you know, I'm only looking for in-person internships? Again, are you looking for paid, unpaid, for academic credit? So all of these questions you have to start writing down. Okay, my internship has to be paid, or my internship is unpaid, but I get academic credit, or my internship is paid and I get academic credit. For the academic credit, remember, you have to be enrolled in an internship course. The other piece is, again, just identifying the specific industry you want to be in, it's already going to help you be more successful because you're targeting that particular industry versus trying to figure out where you want to search. All right. Here's the additional on how I can further assist you with one-on-one appointments. I can further assist you with developing your resume. Again, if you apply to federal jobs, a lot of people in this industry think that federal jobs are not available to you all. But let me remind you that the federal government does have, I mean, they have their own city within the United States. So they need graphic designers, they need film, they need, I mean, they have their own world where they need every role you can think of. So you can start looking at those government positions. Again, just explore and explore. Job search, again, anything that you are interested in here, I'd be more than happy to assist you on a one-on-one basis. In addition to that, I do want to, at the end, I'll share with you my email address so that we can stay in contact. All right, next here, I'm just gonna go ahead. I have this here just to ask if you guys have any questions because I wanna make sure that I answer any questions you may have. Again, next steps, resume review, schedule an appointment, definitely start taking action into how this internship search looks like, feels like for you. And most importantly, when do you need to complete this internship? Communicate, start networking with your, either through whatever social media you currently utilize so that you can start expressing that you're interested in an internship. The more you express that, especially to professors, to your colleagues, your classmates, you will be surprised how soon someone can come up with, hey, so I heard about this opportunity. And right away, you're already connected with an opportunity right there. Okay, we're coming towards the end of our session here. This is the next workshop is going to be on job search, and it's November 5th, same time from 5 to 6. And then after that, we're going to have the network and elevator pitch. So with that, I do want to just share with you all my email address, my office hours, and any day that you are interested to meet with me, please send me an email and the purpose of our meeting. Then I will follow up with a Zoom meeting link. Does anybody have any questions right now? I know I went through the slides fairly fast there. Is there a website, since we have a little bit of time, that you would like me to just go in there and explore it while we're here?
I have a question.
Mm-hmm.
So like, let's say I have I've had other jobs that don't have to do anything with what I'm going to school for. Does that count in my resume? Like, should I? Yeah. Okay.
Yes. So let's go ahead and talk about what is the job that you were, what were you working at that you feel is not relevant to what you're looking for?
So I used to work at Amazon for inventory.
Okay. So in when you were in a industry such as Amazon, right there, what is it that you had to meet? You had to meet certain quota, or did you have to make sure that you were accurate with your account, make sure that you stayed on top of, that inventory, make sure that you documented, make sure that you communicated? Did you train others on how to do this particular job. All of those are transferable skills and experiences that you gained, even though it's not in this role, because guess what you're going to be doing in this role? You're going to be doing back and forth logistics, and you're going to make sure that things are done in a timely manner. You're going to have deadlines. It's the same kind of discipline you're going to provide to your next employer as Amazon. The only difference is now you're going to apply those skills into something different. But the communication with your supervisor, that's something no one can take away from you. You're still going to have to communicate with producers, filmers, and crew. So what employers want to see is, where did you gain that customer service? Where did you gain the discipline to come to work and have those work ethics? How is it that you're a team player? Can you demonstrate that you're a team player? Well, when I was in Amazon, as a team, we had to do this. Well, guess what? Now you're demonstrating that you've been part of a team, that you know how to collaborate in a team environment. So those are the transferable skills that you are going to add into your resume. And again, I would encourage you, let's schedule a one-on-one so that I can share with you how to go about that. Because there's 3 different types of resumes. And the most common one for our students when they're switching careers and now they're pursuing the career they study, but they worked in a different field, then we recommend a functional resume, because it's the functional resume is the one that helps highlight more of your accomplishments. In other words, your transferable skills, critical thinking, leadership, management, customer service, all that is part of what employers are looking for.
Okay.
I know it's a long answer for.
No, it's a perfect answer.
Thank you. All right. Any other questions? I think right now it's the time to take advantage of, just asking away, because there's so many questions that we have when, if right now the questions are not coming to you, but they come to you later on, please email me with that question. Hey, Sarai, I was in the internship search workshop. This is my question, and I'd be more than happy to provide you with a timely response. I was trying to get to, I am going to, since we have still willing to stay here, I would like to go into this. I want to show you this right here. I'm going to stop sharing and go there. I'm going to share my screen. Okay, so I want to share with both with you where I found those resources at Valley. Let's see, online resources. Let's see. Maybe this is not the same online resources. Let's see, it's this one. Okay, it will make more sense if I just copy the link from here. This is. Oh my goodness. Okay, found it. It only took me three searches. Okay, so these are the online career resources. That's where I missed the mark. It has to say online career resources, and you will find all of these great resources. But the one that I want to share with you is, what can I do with this major? So you get to this home page, and I'm just going to type in here, graphic designer. You can do that, or you can view all majors. But you click on it, and what's going to happen is it's going to share with you all the areas. So remember, my screenshot had print design. That's one area. Here's another area, the 3D design. Here's another area, interactive media, advertising, education, and it goes into your professional associations and everything that we saw earlier. So this is, everything is just in one single click of a button. And if you click print version, then you get that view that I shared with you all earlier. What I always encourage students is to highlight the areas of interest, or even if you're like, okay, I have no idea what an environmental design person does. Well, you can always research what this person does by going into Own It, another website that describes every task any occupation does. It's a collection of occupations that it's a public website. Anyone can go in there. But what's important about when you're doing this activity is that you're starting to highlight your interest, and you're starting to narrow down where you can go and what you want to try out. What is your number one occupation that you want to pursue? What's your number two? What's your number three? So that, again, you're narrowing down, and you are targeting, and that you're intentional with searching for these type of occupations and what employers you should be looking at, so that you don't waste your time, and you can find internships sooner than later. Any questions on this website? Here's where you can view all majors. I think one of you mentioned you were unsure of what to do with the major. I can't remember if that was the case, but this will be the place or the resource that can help you identify if you're in the right place and this is what you want to do. Okay, so if you want to share this with your classmates as well, this is available and free to everyone from Valley College. Here's your game design that I know that we do have a lot of our students that are interested in this, but this is, again, a lot of great stuff in a lot of good information for you to narrow down your internship opportunities. The other places to, again, to look for your internships are, there's so many search engines, and what I share with you all is just a small list so that you can get started with your search. Well, any other questions? Is there anything that you were expecting that perhaps I skipped or I didn't cover that perhaps I can cover right now? All right. Well, with that, I want to thank you for joining me today, and I look forward to seeing you next November 5th for the job search workshop. And please, I look forward to hearing from you so that we can meet and have our one-on-one sessions and see how I can further assist you. Thank you and have a wonderful evening. Bye. Thank you.